When that shift happened, I realized, okay, I have to start providing more value.
I think we all have something to offer each other, and if we're not offering
Yeah.
that, it shouldn't be there. That's providing value without any other intention behind it.
Right.
Even just sharing our files, you know, it goes a long way. It doesn't hurt anybody. It's good for everyone. We all learn. We're all in different markets. There's enough for everybody.
I believe that rising tides floats all boats. I believe that their success is our success and that the industry will just kind of grow and be better. So today I have a special guest, Karlyn Eacrett, with the world famous, news famous real estate hacks.
From wine country to cottage country, real estate is all about lifestyle. I'm Andrew Perry, and welcome to That Fine Life.
Welcome back to another episode of That Fine Life podcast. I am your host, Andrew Perry. This is the show where we bring on sales agents, entrepreneurs, business owners, and we ask the questions to find out what it takes to really live that fine life. So today I have a special guest, Karlyn Eacrett. Which is funny because every time I have a guest come on, and this has been like the easiest name to try to remember before somebody comes on, and I got it right.
You got it right.
But for some
Nailed
reason,
it.
we were talking off camera when we had lunch, just about how my dyslexia works, and it's because there's an EA, right?
Right.
And so my mind puts that A after the C.
Eacrett.
So like, Eacrett.
Oh, Eacrett.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that weird? I know.
It is weird, but I mean, we all have our things, right?
It's just so weird. And I do this with names and numbers all the time. And I'll be like, typing in my PIN code sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm literally typing it backwards. It's just such a weird thing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I have to
Weird.
have people proofread everything I put out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
But let me do another introduction because you are one of my partners with the world famous news famous real estate hacks.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Me, you, and Jill.
Yep. And Mercedes now.
Yes, Mercedes. Yeah, she joined us. Yeah.
But no, I say newsworthy because somebody did, I'm not going to say who, somebody did bring us up on the news, but they never said the name. They were too scared to say the name.
What news? What was this?
Like Global or something.
And what did they say? Like a Canadian real estate group?
Yep.
Okay, that was us for sure.
It was us.
For sure. It's kind of rude of them not to credit us.
Right.
But
you know what? It's the funny thing is that there's another really, 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 really big group on Facebook called Real Estate Mastermind.
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Every post gets like 1,000 likes, 500 comments.
Yeah.
And like the crap they talk about on there isn't necessarily any
More valuable, you think?
No, we both have our valuable moments.
Yeah.
But I mean, controversial,
Right.
right? I mean,
Right.
we've had some controversial stuff, but I mean, hey, we got
Yeah.
27,000 members. It's a little difficult to,
It's very difficult to moderate that. Yeah.
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 And if the thing that people don't understand is that, I do open it up a couple of times a day, but if nobody reports or flags something like the spam or, derogatory or, any racist remarks, not like there's really that much sexist, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Unless it's flagged, it's really difficult for us to see. Because
It is really difficult for us to see. Although I usually go through Sunday night and
Yeah.
I'm like savage on a Sunday night and I'm like getting rid of everything and cleaning everything up because the week was busy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, it's time to clean up hacks. But yeah, I agree. Like unless it's reported to us, it's hard to see. And a lot of stuff has gone on where we've woken up in the morning and we're texting each
my
other being
God.
like, did you see that shit show? Like you missed it. Like what happened? Yeah, it can get a little crazy. And that's why I think like we really need the moderators, but
Yes. So we have 3 and we've had 3 consistently for a while.
we have, yeah.
And it's just, it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And but you're right. I remember one time, what was I doing? Remember that one year we did the Hacks golf tournament?
Yes.
Were you a moderator at the time?
I was a moderator at the time, but I did not go to the tournament.
Right. Neither did Jill.
I think you did it mostly.
I was the representative.
Yeah. You were there repping us. Yeah.
And we had a few beers and everybody did. And I think I don't know, we were using my phone for music, or I don't know, something. We didn't come on my phone for a long time. And then, we came, around the
Yeah.
dinner time and something had blown up on hacks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little like dicey trying to,
Yeah.
you want to keep like the content really high quality, which is hard to do. And quite frankly, like, there's a lot of like nonsense that happens, but a lot of that nonsense actually is really good discussion. So it's hard to discern like what is a really good discussion and what is a learning opportunity versus like just crap or like spam, right?
Well, and it's just like, it's great that the same 50 people see the same topics, but with all the new people that come in, all the people that don't maybe engage a lot, that's what people don't understand. It's like the people that don't engage a lot, they're also not seeing a lot.
Right.
Because the way it works is every time I open up Real Estate Hacks, I only see 5 people.
Yeah.
Whatever you post, whatever Jessica Yates posts, obviously.
Shout out to Jessica Yates and her posts.
And it's like, it's difficult, and I think you're right. I think the fact that no matter how obvious a question might be, it's still valuable for a lot of people out there.
It is, yeah, and I think always a discussion is valuable, and even we get a lot of questions in there where it's like, a very technical or a very legal situation, and people are commenting, ask your broker, like this isn't the space. And as much as I agree that it's not necessarily the space to get your end all be all advice, it is the space to have those discussions. And I always enjoy like reading them and going through them. And I think a lot of those are a big learning opportunity, especially when agents come on and they're like, hey, like I've experienced this for the first time today and this is my situation. What do I do? And then going through the comments and just kind of saying like, okay, like this is a very unique situation. Everybody's talking about it. It gives people more awareness. I think it does build the industry, those types of conversations.
I agree. And the thing like about ask your broker, I mean, like, okay, we love our broker of record, and you might love your broker of record, but everybody, like real estate, unfortunately, is not so black and white.
It's not.
Like I could even call our legal representatives, Brian and Sandra, and sometimes they have two differing opinions. That's why I call them both. And I'm like,
you're like, fight it out, guys. Give me an answer.
Yeah.
No, but those conversations I think are good.
Are very helpful.
Yeah. Like, and I think overall it's good to understand that like, yes, this group is a resource. It's not your end all be all, but you can go to us and you can get like, it's like crowdsourcing, right? Like you can get some opinions, you can get some maybe actual advice sometimes. But it's good for that.
I rely on it a lot, even just for small things, right?
Yeah.
So you're an agent. How long have you been in the business?
It's been 7 years.
Oh, wow.
This January. Yeah. Which I think you and I are like pretty much the same.
Yeah. Well, this is my 6th year in December. So
okay. So
if
we're just
going
like
calendar
a touch.
year, I'm in my 7th year technically, but my 6th year just started in December.
Nice.
Of 2022.
Okay. So
we're
about a year apart.
Yeah. So, and your market's
Burlington, Oakville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the Hammer, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Burlington, Oakville, Hamilton, Milton, like Halton region kind of as a whole. Yeah. And Hamilton.
And what do you think, the value the group has brought to your business since you started working more closely with the group? It's been like 3 years now, 4 years, but or longer.
It's been an enormous help in my business. I started out like kind of like boots on the ground, and I was doing a lot of door knocking. I was doing a lot of cold lead gen, and I was finding like it is for some people, it wasn't for me. And then when I found this group and became part of Real Estate Hacks, I started to realize that maybe agent relationships are for me because they're people I can relate to. Not that I can't relate to the public or clients, but I just found it like a very easy, I guess, to like start sharing information and start sharing like agent to agent tips.
Yeah.
And I felt very like good about talking to agents and meeting agents, and that all came very, very naturally. So I think when that started to develop into like, referrals and actual business, that was like amazing to me because it felt so natural and so easy to do. And it still does. And I think, when it comes especially to agent referrals, the quality of the client is just so high because think about it. Like you're somebody that, okay, consider you and I, right?
Yep.
I know you, I like you, I trust you.
Right.
Someone who knows you and likes you and trusts you needs to buy in Burlington. So you reach out to me who you know, like, and trust and refer them to me. I already know that that person that I'm getting is going to be like a high quality, great fit, that we're going to get along really well, that we're going to work together really well. So I almost look at agent to agent referrals as being like a very high quality lead generation source. And I also just find it very easy to connect with agents and share with agents and be friendly. So I've really like kind of flocked to that and I've really enjoyed that. I know you have too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's been when I started a little bit more hardcore, just like anybody starts in their business, and I treated it like that because I knew that although I came from a place of value and I wanted to help people, that's how I became a moderator, is because I was posting so much like Jessica, and I was offering a lot of value that people could rely on. But I knew what I was doing. I knew that, okay, at the end of the day, this is going to, me helping people is going to get my name top of mind for all of them.
Absolutely.
So that really catapulted my business. So I went in my first year to doing, I think I did like 6 or 8 agent referrals my first year. And then my second year, I did probably over 200 GCI from agent referrals. And then the next year it was 80%. The year after that was 85%. And now I'm at a healthy 90%. We did 51 agent referrals last year. Frigging insane.
Amazing though.
But the funny thing is that how it all started mainly is that I got my name out there, and you would see when somebody says Niagara, you would see literally 50 tags of my name.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year or two, that got smaller and smaller and smaller, but people were direct messaging me.
Right.
They stopped posting in the group for Niagara referrals.
Yes, that happens.
And
that
message
happens.
me directly.
Yeah.
Say, and I'm like, Kim, I haven't talked to you in like 12 months. I know, but you're the go-to guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then now we talk all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting. So when that shift happened, I realized, okay, I have to start providing more value through my own pages as well. Like not my groups, but my own pages.
Yeah.
And, but saving some of the higher content for the actual group as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny that you're talking about, providing content and providing value for the group. I find as, now as a moderator and as somebody who does a lot of referrals from hacks like yourself, sitting back and looking at who is really like running the game in terms of referrals, it's the agents who are willing to give out their content and give out pieces of advice, sharing their experience and sharing their hacks. Those are the agents, in my opinion, that are doing the best. And you're absolutely right. Like, that's why I kind of opened up and was like, hey guys, like, this is really working for me. Maybe it could work for you too. Or this really isn't working for me. Maybe it won't work for you too. I think having that like open conversation and constantly, it's like you said, being top of mind, right? And I actually had an interesting conversation with the broke agent when I was on his podcast.
Yeah. Best,
where I think it was Matt said, everybody if you're tagged too much, people blame you or look at you as it's a popularity contest.
Right.
But I was saying, Matt and I were saying like, it is a popularity contest, and it's not so much a popularity contest in terms of like who gets picked first in gym class. But the idea is being top of mind. Just like your clients, just like your database, you want to be the top of mind. It is the exact same for agent to agent referrals. And if you're not top of mind, you're out.
Right.
So being top of mind to an agent is providing value for them and showing them like, hey, here's something that's working great for me. I hope you can use this in your business, and giving them something that they can actually use, And I think that's where a lot of people, especially in hacks, get salty, whether like it's a popularity contest. Yeah, it is. It is.
Absolutely.
It is. And if you're not the first top of mind, then you're last, kind of.
And I think we, as the people who do get the referrals, it's a testament to how we treat the referral And because all of those people that are taking us, a lot of them have referred to us.
Yes.
You know, so they already know the level of service that we're actually providing.
Correct.
So it's the same thing. It's like, do you think, everybody in your neighborhood who you've door knocked, invited to street parties, invited to client parties, gave to charity, and they know your name, their kids were on the hockey team that you sponsored, is that a popularity contest? Or is that they've never used you?
Or is it being top of mind?
Correct.
Popularity contest equals top of mind. That's what they mean by that.
Right.
That is what they mean by that. But popularity contest is like a bit more, because they want to be like, oh, they're just doing that.
Yeah,
they want to degrade what you're doing. Yeah. But the reality is, like sometimes I see very popular areas come up. We get a lot of like Barrie and Burlington, Oakville, Niagara, Halliburton. We get a lot of these like same areas always coming up. And I see all these names and I'm like, I've never, even as a moderator, ever seen that person post. That to me is a popularity contest in the traditional sense of like being picked first in gym class. You're picking Billy Bob just because he said he's the best. But you're right. Like, the people who are doing really, really well have worked with those agents' clients who have shown themselves, who have proven themselves, who've shown up, who have given value time and time again, and they will get picked time and time again.
Right. But there's also something to say about, again, how much somebody is posting in the group. And
Jessica Yates.
Yeah, no, but she's good because she's creating conversations.
She is.
She's creating conversations, but what I mean is like you see people post and you're reading it, you're like, that's borderline, buddy.
Right.
Because we have no rule. We have one rule, actually a few, but our biggest rule is no spam.
No spam.
So
no self-promotion.
No self-promotion. Even if you get your buddy to promote you, we do have some really nice, like, hey guys, I worked with Bob from Barrie. He was totally fantastic. He did this so cold, warm-heartedly. He did this and that. If you ever need anybody, there's some of those that will let through. Usually if I see Jill like it, then I'm like, okay, I'm not.
You're like, okay, it's safe. It's safe.
But there are some where I'm like, that's pretty damn close to being spam.
My only filter in that group when I'm looking at what's happening is, does it contribute to the group? Right? Does it provide value? Does it make somebody better? Does it teach somebody something they might not have known? Does it open a bigger discussion about something else? Yeah. If it's just like, hey, I'm having this webinar about my brokerage.
But it's valuable though. It's like it's free value.
Yeah, but everybody will say that, but like, I'm
not even taking emails.
Yeah, like DM me for the link. It's like, okay, if you want to share, then bitch, share it. Like, post it.
What we say is that, okay, fine, it's a Hacks exclusive, and you're doing it directly into the Hacks group.
Yeah.
No sharing of videos. No sharing of this or that.
No, like DM me for a link.
No.
If you're truly open about sharing, then you're just gonna give the link and say, hey guys, you know what? I'm doing this thing. Yep. I would love it if you came. Not a recruitment. Might actually have some value.
Because I used to get messages. I don't know. I think they either think I'm the pushover or I'm the nice guy. I don't know. But I get a lot of messages. I know you do too, but I get messages and it's like, hey buddy, like I'm doing this in-person event. Can I promote it? I'm like, it's not spam, so no. And he's like, yeah, but you don't get it. It's like, it's value. It's free value. Like, don't you want the agents to be better? And it's like, yeah, absolutely. But this is a promotional event for you.
Yeah. Or
it's like, yeah, but it's free value. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What value though?
What value are you talking to us that we don't already know? And it's not pompous like that. I'm just trying to dig deep a little bit to figure out exactly what type of revolutionary. So Gary McCowan, he was teaching everybody Realm. We let that by.
Of course, because there's value there.
Because holy shit, have you ever tried to use the Treb board?
Yeah, it's fucking brutal.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even use it anymore.
I don't even touch Treb. I
Yeah,
can't.
no.
I can't. It's too
So
much for me.
Gary's like, yeah, I'm gonna just let it
But
through.
but that is providing value,
Correct.
and that's providing value without any other intention behind it.
Right.
Right. And you know, although we're talking about like how the agents that do provide the most value in the group, I feel, are the ones who are making the most money and doing the most business and getting the most referrals. You have to do that without that like caveat, you know?
Right. And what I think is, it's when they say, hey guys, just to let you know, there's a lot of rules changing in the Airbnb market on the waterfront in Niagara. Just so you know, if you need any help, you just reach out to me. I'm like,
No.
yeah, that's spam.
No, that's spam.
That's spam.
If you guys want to hear about it, I'm hosting a webinar on Saturday at 5.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll let you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do it, you know? There's a difference.
I agree. So what other, value adds do you think have contributed to the group to make it such an engaging group, other than the referrals?
I mean, the referrals honestly is a nice byproduct. To be honest, like I think there's a lot of valuable discussion that happens there. There's a lot of, worst case scenarios, a lot of very niche situations and topics. And those are the ones I love, where it's like, okay, I've got a seller and the husband passed away. And, like it's like a very like complex situation with a lot of moving parts and everyone's discussing it. And then Brian comes in and he's like, no, guys, like this is what you do.
Yeah.
But those are the discussions that I really, really like. And I think as an industry, it provides value. Do I think rants and complaining provide value? No.
No.
I think we all have something to offer each other. And if we're not offering that, it shouldn't be there.
That's a funny thing that you said about the rants, because you read through the rants and you're like, oh my God, I'm deleting this. Look, we don't care about your bad day.
Yeah.
We've all been there. I feel for you. But at the end of the day, and then you go through the comments, like you said earlier, and you're like, okay.
Some points being made.
There's a point here that somebody has said, yeah, but had you had done that, that agent would have done this to you, and lesson learned.
Yes.
So that's why we leave some of the rants.
I know, and you're exactly right.
It's a gray area.
That's the filter we use. Is like, is
so we do read the comments to make sure that those rants are there for a reason.
We always read the comments.
Yeah.
We always even before I deleted everything, I'm like, I want to see the whole picture.
Yeah.
Is there value? That's my filter. Is there value? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Even if, it's a rant, even if the comments are a shit show, if there's something to be learned or something to be taken away from that, I'm like, I'm leaving it. And then, we will get pushback for being like, well, why did you leave that? Or why did you delete that? It's like, okay, we have some rules and we try to stick by them, but at the same time, healthy discussion and these weird niche scenarios are kind of encouraged. And,
So we have referrals, we have some events. We've done a few lives, we've done a few in-person events. We've, we would love to do I've always wanted to do hacks courses or something like that.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that.
And then we also have actual systems and tools that you can download too. So in our files section, we have seller's checklist, buyer's checklist.
We have a ton of shit there.
Staging schedules.
Listing schedules. Buyer packages, listing packages, tax write-offs,
yes.
Excel spreadsheets, deal calculating.
Yeah.
We've got a ton. You're right. We have a ton of shit in files, and I forgot about all that shit in files.
I know. So
I was looking through it the other day. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of really good stuff.
There's a lot of stuff in there that's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
I think even Brian. How do I say his last name?
Madigan.
No, Brian Karshicki.
Oh.
The other Audi guy.
Yeah, the District Green guy.
Yeah, BKG.
Kichachi.
Yeah, I can't say his name. He's a great guy. He gives I know, sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Brian.
But you heard me say I'm not good with last names anyway. Yeah. So, but he always does lives.
Yeah.
Walks us through his investment properties.
We love seeing those, yeah.
And he always adds supplements.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think it's very, very helpful. I actually had him come and talk to my team back in the day about how to run an open house.
Nice.
Knock on 50
I've heard
doors.
that he does it really, really good.
Absolutely. He's a smart guy. So we appreciate all of those extra people that, contribute and provide all that value.
Yeah, that means a lot.
Especially but it's not even just for new agents. Like new agents, if you're new and you're in Real Estate Hacks, head over to the file section and read through it, see what you can download. But even the veterans, like it's the veterans that are like, holy crap, I've gone my entire career
and I've never come across this. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I'm like, wow, no brainer. I'm like, I could have just, like, it was me who said, does anybody have a frigging staging schedule?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I figure this out? And then I read it. I'm like, that's easy.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But right, it takes.
But it's
true.
Those things. Like even people that have been doing this for 30 years are like, holy shit, I've never come across that situation. I'm interested in this. Or like, yeah, like even just sharing our files, you know, it goes a long way, and like it doesn't hurt anybody. It's good for everyone. We all learn. We're all in different markets. There's enough for everybody. You know, like I have a ton of people in there that are in my market. You have a ton of people in there that are in your market, but we're still like, Jill even too has a lot of people in her market, which she still even allows in the group. But
oh my God.
I mean, we're still all like sharing, and
that's the thing too. It's like, that's what I love about us is that like most people who start these groups, and maybe this is probably why they never grow past 500 or whatever. Most of them only allow themselves in their market.
Right.
And, you know, it's been brought up many times. Like, hey, people in Niagara don't have to be there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's kind of an asshole thing. I don't think I would ever do that.
I agree.
You know, I believe that rising tides floats all boats. I believe that their success is our success, and that the industry, you know, will just kind of grow and be better if we all do it together. I mean, what do you think is maybe the future of groups?
What do I think is the future of groups? Like real estate specific groups?
I guess, like, I don't know. I mean,
I think it's like with anything, you have to provide value. I think in terms of, you know, Real Estate Hacks and our real estate groups, like our various ones that we're all in. I think it's about providing value. I think it's about creating a community, feeling like you can lean on your other colleagues to maybe share something that you wouldn't share publicly, you know, like, hey guys, I've had a really hard day, or like, hey guys, I just lost this listing and like feels pretty bad, or whatever the situation may be. I think it's providing community and providing value and providing a place where people want to keep coming back to. And to me, that is community and value is what brings you back.
I love that. And I think I love what you said about the community, because we have seen those. Oh, well, we see them all the time, but it's like when somebody does say, hey guys, look, just reaching out to you because we are a community. I lost this listing. It was my brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And, you know, they ended up going with somebody, and I don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, we've all been there. Like, we've all been there. It's
but I love reading the comments on stuff like that, because it restores me. Yeah.
Yes.
Move on. You don't want to work with family. And like, people are so supportive, and they're like, this is going to happen tons of times. You're going to get over it. Like, get new business, you know, like, don't worry, like, you're doing great. And that kind of stuff, I think is really important too.
I agree. And I've also seen like members of our group start their own like accountability groups. So I've heard about that.
Like little like side groups.
Side groups where they check in on Zoom or text message every morning or every week. And they're like, hey guys, I got 10 appointments last week, aiming to book another 10 this week. And everybody's, oh, great job. You know, we did 3 appointments last week.
I love that.
It's a good idea, you know, to come together and maintain, you know, those smaller communities that, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think what, you know, Jill really wanted to do eventually was to do more in-person events. You know, it's great that we have the Buzz Conference. We had Virginia here last week. Love her, love what she's doing. But even something more like a smaller thing, like for the hacks, like just like a small little mastermind.
Maybe even like an end of summer thing. We should talk to Jill.
Yeah.
She definitely has always been like very much like, an in-person event type of thing. It's just, it's an undertaking, I guess.
It's huge.
But I do think that it would be worth it.
I agree.
And a lot of us haven't even met in person. I mean, like, me, you, and Jill have only been in the same room twice.
Yes, twice.
I mean, I've seen you, I've seen Jill, You've seen Jill many times.
Yeah.
But the three of us have only ever been in the same room 3 times.
Yeah.
So like if we are doing hacks and we've only been in the same room 3 times, think about all the other people. Like, I've never met Brian. I would love to meet Brian.
I met Brian.
You did?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've met him 3 times now.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I met Barry. Barry
I
was
did
cool.
meet Barry a couple of times.
Met
What a
Vivian.
legend. 51 years in the business.
Oh, amazing. Like I've met some
Unbelievable.
really cool people. Steve Saracen.
Steve's,
I haven't
yeah.
met Jessica. There's just so many people that I would love to
I know.
sit down and meet, you know, and like talk to for once.
You do become a family, and
Yeah.
you do become
It is very
referral
close-knit.
partners. Yeah, I agree. So, okay, if just to wrap this up, if you were to kind of offer any advice to people who aren't in groups, or maybe too shy to post, or maybe they're not into engaging, they're not using it properly, what kind of would you say?
I mean, if we're talking about agents and
Yeah.
agent groups, I think you have to engage, you have to share. I think there's a lot of agents in these groups who are like, well, why isn't the referral coming to me? Well, because you haven't shared anything and you haven't provided any value. The way that you view agent to agent groups or agent to agent referrals has to be similar to agent to client, where you're
Right.
providing value. Like if you're not giving people something that they can use, then you are not going to be top of mind. And so I would encourage people that are in groups to ask questions if you have questions. Ask questions even if you think they're stupid, because we've seen it all. And, you know, create conversations, connect with other agents, have referral relationships. Like it's fun to do that. Like, and it's easy to do that. You know, like you and I had lunch just before this. It's easy. We understand each other. We go to lunch, we're hanging out, we're having fun. And now we're here, and it's easy to do. And there are people that relate to you, and that's what I would encourage. Is just like get involved, get out there.
I love it. And it's even like, it could be something small, like, oh my God, I bought this amazing agent planner.
Yes.
Here's the picture. Here's the link to Amazon.
Yeah.
Try it. So it's just those small stuff to kind of get you out there. But
Very small.
anyways, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks
I
for having
appreciate
me.
it. This will probably come out in a couple weeks, and by then it'll be summer.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe we can talk Jill into having an event.
Yeah, Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. We pounded after the show. Okay,
Thanks
guys.
for
Well,
having
thank you
me.
very much for watching and listening to this episode. Don't forget to give us a review on Spotify, YouTube. There's so many things, right? Knock on the bell, ring the bell, subscribe, and leave a comment and
Do all the
share and
things.
just review. Peace out.